There has never been a more important time for businesses to be creative. So says Professor Clive Holtham, who spent most of the last decade here at CAS looking at just this subject. Clive Holtham is with me now. Clive, why do you say that at this time?
Well, as we've moved from the physically dominated economy to the knowledge economy, there's no question at all that your ideas and your innovations and your creativity lies at the heart of differentiating yourself.
And at a time of economic slowdown, at a time when people are worried about the business sector, why are you giving this advice to chief executives, and who are you thinking of particularly?
Well, the downturn is actually accelerating interest in creativity. People are aware that new competitors could come in at this time of general disruption. So I don't think it's a surprise that the downturn is actually a source of new ideas and innovation.
Because there will be companies that have got a successful business model, and their response might be, well, you know, we don't really need to be creative. We've had our good idea. We just need to stay focused on that.
Well, actually, organisations which are doing quite well are the biggest resistors to creativity and innovation. The fact that their model's working, that they're generating sufficient profits, doesn't create a good climate for innovation. But as we've seen with Nokia, for example, Nokia was a market leader. It didn't manage its innovation and creativity very well and was very quickly overtaken by a whole series of different competitors.
Yes, Nokia is an interesting example. 10 years ago, the world's biggest maker of mobile phones. What do you think went wrong?
Well, in a way, they invested too much in creativity and innovation. They set up competing projects using different platforms and had people at each other's throats, and they rather lost the focus on what their competitors were doing. Nokia had probably made every single invention possible in mobile phones, but never brought them to market in a successful way, whereas its competitors had very few ideas, but were far better at implementing those ideas.
Now, you're busy talking all the time to some of the most creative people in the world of business today, and that's the people who are starting tech companies near CAS here in the City of London, near the Old Street roundabout. What have you learned from those people?
Well, first of all, it's remarkable how areas that I would walk down a few hundred metres from the business school 5 years ago and were quite run-down industrial areas. Now you see a lot of household names in the last week. Amazon is moving just down the road from us. Google is already there, and we've got this whole host of generally UK or European-based entrepreneurs flocking into the digital Shoreditch tech city environment. So for us at CAS Business School, to be actually physically in the middle of one of the up-and-coming Silicon Valley competitors is an incredibly exciting period.
So there'll be people watching this who are thinking, what can I do? What are the tools that I need? What's the answer?
The tools are really very well understood. They've been all developed and evolved over the last 40 to 50 years. You will have heard of de Bono's approach. We use a particular method, or we draw on a particular method called creative problem solving. The problem doesn't lie in the tools, it lies in whether the business has a mindset that it actually genuinely wants to innovate and be creative. Without that mindset, you can have all the tools in the world that you like, and you'll just be going through the motions. So we focus quite a lot of attention on whether the conditions are right within a business to stimulate creativity and innovation. And that's one of the things that's exciting about working with the Tech City community, because we don't have any problem with that group. Their whole raison d'etre is to be creative and be innovative.
Professor Clive Holtham, thank you very much.